Hello, Oddfell here, and welcome back to my channel. X-Men 97 is finally out, and what better way to celebrate than by unboxing one of the Marvel Legends from the X-Men 97 line. This one specifically is the Goblin Queen from Wave 2. Some of you may know I collect a lot of Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor things, but she's definitely a lot harder to get your hands on, so when I saw they were coming out with a Marvel Legend for her, I absolutely had to track it down. So as you can see, these figures come in a blister pack style of packaging with amazing art by Amelia Vidal, who also designs What If as well as X-Men 97. They did a phenomenal job with likeness of the art to the figure. Like, you can even see just on camera how much the colors are uncannily similar, for lack of a better term. Really looks ripped right out of the art. They did an amazing job with that. I do also love that she comes with accessories like magic hands, and of course, Baby Nate. What would we do without Baby Nate? On the back here, we can see the rest of Wave 2 as well as a picture of the figure. If you look really closely, I think it's probably a 3D rendering of the figure, but still art of the figure itself and not the art from the front of the box, as well as all of our blurbs down here.
I wanted to take a second to appreciate how beautiful the splash art is with the new art from the show. And lastly, I just wanted to showcase what the sides of the packaging look like for our friends that are in-box collectors.
I have heard that this outfit that they feature on the figure is a little different than the one that's going to show up in the show, so I am really curious to see what's different once we get a chance to see Maddie in the show.
So without any further ado, let's get looking at our figure here. She comes complete with a handful of accessories, so let's take a look at those first. And how could we not start with Baby Cable? Look at little Nate here, his little chubby cheeks, his really good hair sculpt, and really impressive face paint. The texture of the blanket is really good, and all around, for being an accessory, this is a very, very impressive sculpt. Next, we have some magical blast powers. I do like that they're this goblinish green. I think they're going to be really cool. And lastly, we've just got some basic fist hands. Nothing really to write home about, but it's nice to have options. And here is our girl. I do feel like she's more stylized than most Marvel Legends. I feel like her waistline is a lot more snatched, especially when you look at her from the side. She's got more exaggerated features, but I really think that works here for giving this femme fatale kind of evil, villainous, sexy look. I did want to note that mine does have some kind of manufacturing flaws on her thigh. I don't know if it's a common problem, but it is really dented and chipped and doesn't look the best there. Looking at her hair and face though, I really like the sculpt choice. It's new and refreshing. It's a little bit stylized without being too cartoony. The color use is great. And all around, I can't really complain about the sculpt at all. It looks great. Taking a closer look in on her face, I really do love when they give Legends distinct makeup looks, it just makes it. I do also appreciate the shade differential on her thighs, which kind of indicate tights. I do have to say, what I'm not a fan of is these feet. First of all, I've got some scraping on the back heel there you can see in the plastic, which is an issue, but also these feet just never stand upright no matter what you do. They're too small for a center of balance, and these figures always just either have to lean against something or have a stand or some type of help. I do love the amount of detail and motion that Hasbro has been giving their capes lately. This one really drapes in a fun and interesting way. I do like the texture of the red underside, and there's also a peg up there, if you can see, that does click into her back. Mine had a kind of tricky time aligning though. It didn't quite line up, but there is a peg.
This is our Maddie figure, and overall, I really like it. I think it captures the animation style really well. I like the stylized version of the hair. A lot of the figures I'm seeing coming out of this wave have a really nice stylized look to their hair that I think is kind of refreshing, because as much as I love the really realistic hair sculpts we've been getting, it is fun sometimes just to get something really over the top and comic booky. Same with the colors. It's this very, very vibrant orange for her hair as well, which I love. I will also say something I haven't noticed with other Marvel Legends, but very much so with her. Immediately taking her out of the box, she does smell like Halloween store mask. It's the rubber from her cape for sure, but it does have that really kind of strong rubber scent to it. So that's just kind of something to note as well with her figure. Baby Nate is like crazy to me because this looks exactly how he does in the show. Like, however they made this is completely spot on. So I think this is a really fun prop for her, and if I eventually get Jean, I'm sure I can pose them in some really fun way, fighting over the baby as they do in the comics. We'll see how it goes down in the show, but I'm really excited to see how they tackle some Inferno-esque plot lines. I also love just always getting little magic effects, even if I don't use them for her, which I may or may not. They do have this green, nice, smoky wisp effect, but they're always just nice to have, and I like when figures come with these. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. Mine specifically does have a couple issues with it that are kind of like mild nicks and damages, but the articulation is nice. I really like her torso. It's very sleek, it's very sexy, very powerful for a character like her, and I feel like they really got that femme fatale look down with her sculpt. I really, really like it, and I've seen a couple people talk about making customs with this body as well for characters like Destiny, so I can't wait to see what people do with this figure as far as that as well. But for a Maddie figure, I'm really, really impressed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please like it and leave a comment down below letting me know if I should check out any other figures from this wave, or just if you're excited about the show and where you think it's going. I know I've definitely got my little tinfoil hat on for what arcs I think they're about to tackle in the show, so I'd love to hear what you guys think as well. And last but not least, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you see every single time that I post. Thank you guys so much again, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Special thanks to my patrons who make videos like this possible. And shout out to my Myar, Christian W, Vampire Hunter D, and NY Nightwing. Thank you for all the extra love and support to the channel.